Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have a spine-chilling list for you. We're talking about the kind of stuff that makes you sleep with the lights on. These are 15 scary videos that someone, somewhere, did not want you to watch. So grab your popcorn, turn off the lights because things are about to get spooky. Let's dive in. Okay guys, you know I had to start this off strong. This first video comes to us from a security camera outside a family home. It's a normal night, or so they thought. The kids are inside, probably playing video games, parents are watching TV. But outside, something wicked this way walks. We see a figure slowly approaching the house. It's hard to make out at first, but as it gets closer we can see a clown. Not one of those fun birthday party clowns. This thing is straight out of a nightmare. Pale face, greasy hair, and a smile that could curdle milk. The clown starts messing with the family's car like it's trying to get in. Then just as suddenly as it appeared, it vanishes. This next video was taken by a teenager who was home alone. She was just chilling in her room, listening to music, when she heard a weird noise outside. Being a brave soul, she decided to investigate. She walks over to the window, and that's when she sees it. A face. A pale, gaunt face staring right at her from the darkness outside. When she reviewed the footage, she noticed something truly terrifying. The face in the window wasn't reflected in the glass. We've all seen those horror movies with creepy dolls, right? Well, this video might make you want to throw out any dolls you have lying around. This footage comes from an antique shop. They had this old porcelain doll dressed in a vintage outfit. Super creepy, right? Well, one night, the shop owner decided to leave the security cameras running. The doll, which had been sitting on a shelf, undisturbed, suddenly moves. It slowly turns its head, as if looking around the room. Then it lifts its arm and points towards the camera. The shop owner swears they found the doll in a different position the next morning. Chapter 4. Shadow Figure in the Hallway. This next video was captured by a family's home security system. It's late at night, everyone's asleep, when the motion sensor picks up something in the hallway. At first it's just a fleeting shadow, easy to dismiss as your imagination playing tricks on you. But then, the shadow returns. It's a tall, humanoid figure, with long, thin limbs. It moves slowly down the hallway as if it's searching for something, or someone. The family woke up to the sound of their dog barking at the hallway. Chapter 5. Poltergeist Activity. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this next one is a wild ride. This video comes from a family who believes their house was haunted by a poltergeist. The video starts off innocently enough. The family's having dinner, talking, laughing. Then, things start to get weird. Pictures fall off the walls, furniture starts shaking, and objects fly across the room as if thrown by an unseen force. Experts have analyzed the footage, and they can't explain what caused the objects to move like that. Chapter 6. Eerie Whispering. Get ready to crank up the volume for this one, but don't blame me if you can't sleep with the lights off tonight. This audio recording was captured by a group of paranormal investigators exploring an abandoned asylum. The investigators were using EVP recorders, which are designed to pick up electronic voice phenomena, basically, voices from beyond the grave. And boy did they pick something up. Throughout the recording, you can hear faint whispers, disembodied voices, and even what sounds like screams echoing in the distance. The investigators tried to debunk the recording, but they couldn't explain the source of the eerie voices. Some say it's the voices of former patients, trapped within the walls of the asylum. Chapter 7. Apparition in the Mirror. Mirrors. They're said to be portals to other dimensions, reflecting not just our physical selves, but also glimpses of the supernatural. This next video might just convince you that's true. It was recorded by a young woman who was getting ready for bed. She's brushing her hair, humming along to the radio, when something in the mirror catches her eye. A figure, tall and skeletal, with glowing red eyes, is staring back at her from the mirror. When she finally worked up the courage to look back in the mirror, the figure was gone. Chapter 8. Unexplained Footsteps. Have you ever been home alone and heard a noise that sent chills down your spine? That's exactly what happened to the person who recorded this next video. They were home alone late at night when they started hearing footsteps coming from upstairs. They grabbed their phone and started recording, cautiously making their way up the stairs. The footsteps get louder as they get closer, But when they reached the top of the stairs, nothing. They searched the entire upstairs, but they couldn't find anyone or anything that could have made the noise. Chapter 9: Creepy Forest Encounter. This next video was captured by a group of friends who decided to go camping in a remote forest. They were hiking through the woods, enjoying the fresh air, when they stumbled upon something strange. There, in the middle of the path, was a circle of mushrooms. But these weren't your average mushrooms. These were large, glowing mushrooms, emitting an eerie green light. As they got closer, they started to hear strange noises coming from the woods around them. They decided to turn back, but as they did, they felt like they were being watched. Chapter 10: Haunted Hotel Room. They say that hotels can be hotbeds of paranormal activity, and this next video seems to confirm that theory. This footage was captured by a couple who were staying in a hotel room that was rumored to be haunted. They set up a camera to record their stay, and boy are we glad they did. Throughout the night, strange things happen. The door opens and closes on its own, lights flicker and objects move around the room as if manipulated by an unseen hand. At one point, the woman wakes up in the middle of the night, convinced that someone is in the room with them. Chapter 11: Ghostly Figure in the Graveyard. Graveyards at night. The ultimate spooky setting, right? This next video was captured by a group of teenagers who decided to test their courage by visiting a graveyard at night. Armed with only a flashlight and their phones, they entered the graveyard giggling nervously. They were walking through the tombstones telling ghost stories when they saw it. A tall, shadowy figure standing amongst the graves. At first they thought it was just one of their friends playing a prank, but as they got closer, they realized that the figure wasn't moving. Chapter 12: Strange Lights in the Sky. Are we alone in the universe? This next video might make you question everything you thought you knew. This footage was captured by a man who was stargazing in his backyard. He was using his telescope to observe the night sky, when he noticed something unusual. A group of lights, moving in formation, appeared in the distance. They weren't airplanes, and they weren't satellites. They moved too fast and too erratically to be anything man-made. The lights hovered in the sky for a few moments, changing color and formation, before disappearing as quickly as they had come. Chapter 13: Phantom Hand. This next video is short, but it's definitely creepy. It was captured by a security camera in a museum. The museum was closed for the night, and the only people inside were the security guards. The video shows one of the security guards making his rounds, checking the exhibits. As he passes by a display case containing ancient artifacts, a hand reaches out from inside the case and grabs his arm. The guard jumps back in terror, but when he looks again, the hand is gone. He checks the display case, but it's securely locked. Chapter 14: Haunted School. Schools are supposed to be places of learning, but this next video shows that they can also be places of terror. This footage was captured by a group of paranormal investigators who were exploring an abandoned school. The school had been closed for decades, and rumors of hauntings had circulated for years. The investigators set up their equipment in the school's auditorium, which was said to be the most haunted area. They heard strange noises, felt cold spots, and even witnessed objects moving on their own. But the most compelling evidence they captured was a voice recording. Chapter 15: Unseen Presence. And last but certainly not least, we have a video that will leave you feeling uneasy long after it's over. This video was captured by a young woman who was home alone. She was feeling anxious and decided to set up a camera in her living room to see if anything was there. At first, nothing happens. The room is quiet, and the only movement is the gentle swaying of the curtains in the breeze. But then, the woman starts to feel uneasy. She turns to look over her shoulder, but there's nothing there. Suddenly the camera glitches and the image distorts. And there you have it, 15 scary videos they did not want you to watch. Which one gave you the chills? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to tell us if you think these videos are real or fake. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-tingling content. Until next time, stay spooky.